Hello everyone, good day and Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi ta'ala wabarakatuh. I am Carmina Macaindig and here is my individual summary video to our course, which is the Management Planning and Control. This individual summary video was required to us by our Professor Ma'am Nihaya for us to give a summary report with the different reports that was discussed to us by the different reporters. This required summary video is in line with the syllabus that given to us by our professor. So let's just first view our syllabus. Here are they. We started with the letter B, which is the strategies, policies, and planning and planning premises. As we've noticed, we start with the letter B because our professor already gave us the discussion of letter A, which is about the management, the definition of management. And of course, when we say management, it is the process of designing and maintaining an environment in which individuals working together in groups efficiently to accomplish the selected goals by that certain organization. Management applies to any kind of organization, and this aims that all managers is the same to create a profit. It means that in management, we have this certain management because we have a certain goals that we have to achieve. And letter A, our Professor Ma'am Nihaya also discussed to us the pillars of management. Management comprises the planning, the organizing, and then staffing, the leading, and then of course controlling. We also have the levels of managers as discussed to us by our professors. We have the top level manager, we have the middle, and then the first line manager. And then of course, she discussed to us the different managerial skills, which are the technical, the human, and then conceptual skills. When we say technical skills, that are of course the greatest importance at supervisory level. And human skills are helpful in frequent interaction with others, of course, and then the conceptual skills is the ability to think and create new things, new ideas, and etc. She also gave us the goals of all managers and organization, which is, she says that the aim of all manager is to create a profit by establishing an environment in which people can accomplish group goals with the least amount of time, material, and personal dissatisfaction. So it means that in short, the goals have three types, which are the productivity, the effectiveness, and of course the efficiency. And then we start with letter B, which is the strategies, policies, and planning premises. And letter B, we have here the natures and purpose of strategies and the policies, and of course we have here the strategic planning process. And then in letter B, it consists of industry analysis, enterprises profile, development of alternative strategies, evaluation and choice of strategies, contingency planning, and of course the medium and short range planning. So if you've noticed, the B22, which is the enterprise profile, that start with my report. I am of course the first reporter. I am Carmina Macaindig, and then my topic where talks about enterprise profile, development of alternative strategies, which we learn that we have 5 strategic management type, which are the competitive strategy, corporate strategy, business strategy, functional strategy, and of course the operating strategy. And then we also learn on how to evaluate your choices strategy if you manage to make your goals and then implemented that. And of course, we also learn the contingency planning in that certain topic, which is when we say contingency planning, it is a tool to anticipate and solve problems that typically arise during humanitarian response. For an instance is during this pandemic, of course, we stop the things that we do for us to secure our health, and some organization also stop doing their work. So what the manager do is to have this contingency planning so that in case an emergency, we still can have managed to do our job. And then we'll learn the medium and short range planning. When we say medium, it is the 1 to 10 years planning. Of course, it also used as basis for long-term goals. In short range planning, it is 1 year or growing season planning. Then you can provide an immediate satisfaction of that plan. Example is painting a building. In such a short time period, you can paint a certain building, right? So that short term. And also, we have long-term goals, or we have long-term planning, which is longer than 10 years. It is needed to obtain a sense of direction in this long term. So the intermediate or medium planning is the basis of this long-term planning. So for an instance of this is college, studying college, or retirement funds, becoming a better citizen, or becoming a leader. That's comprised long-term planning. And then let's proceed to letter C, the system and the process of controlling, which comprises of the basic control process, critical control points, standards, and benchmarking. Control as a feedback system, early time information and control, feed-forward or preventive control, control overall performance, profit and loss control, and then the requirements for effective control. In this letter C, we learned that controlling is one of the most basic functions of management. It involves several important steps that play a big role of effective management, and in order to meet their target according to plans, manager must have a good control system at disposal. They must have a different control strategy. This system requires certain basic elements for it to fulfill its function. It's defined as to command, restrain, or manage. An example of control is managing all the coordination of a certain organization. If a sales manager makes a target to make the sales of 5 million in one quarter with 5 salesperson working in his team, then he will give the target of 1 million to every salesperson and will control their action to achieve the desired result by monitoring it. To further explain the letter C, it is also important in management and organization to have the benchmarking, as benchmarking helps organization to identify the area where the gap between their standard and that of the industry is the largest. This helps organization to prioritize the area that they need to work on. In this letter C, we also learn to differentiate the feedback and feed-forward control. So to further explain this, in feedback control system, the output load is taken into consideration to change the system variable. The output is given back, and those the output also will be acting as control parameter to the system. This helps in bringing the output to the desired value or to eliminate the error due to external disturbances. And then in feedback system error connection methods is used to get the output close to desired value, whereas in feedback forward control system, the output load is not taken into account. The control system responds in a predefined way without considering the effect of load. In feedback forward, therefore, the input parameters are also given to some other parts of the system. The variable adjustment is not error-based here. For the feed-forward system to work in an effective manner, the behavior of the output should be predictable. usually both feedback and feedforward are used together in control system. So let's remember that in letter C, which is the system and process of controlling, we also tackle the establishment of standards, the measurement of performance, and then the correction of deviation as stated in the basic control process. And we also learned the types of critical point standards, the strategic plan as control points, and also, of course, the benchmarking, which stated in C2, critical control points, standards, and then benchmarking. Then we have here the letter D, control techniques and information technology. It comprises the budget as control devices, which consist the concept of budgeting, the danger in budgeting, and the zero-based budgeting. And of course, the traditional non-budgetary control devices, which consist time event network analysis and program evaluation and review techniques. And then of course, we have here the balance scorecard. And then we have here the number 4, the information technology, that consists the information indigestion and intelligence service. So information technology. Nowadays, information technology holds a particular promise in areas of governance and public participation, especially in communication, as we can't easily communicate face-to-face due to pandemic. So therefore, technology becomes our way in accessing various sectors. Example, in accessing our work, in accessing our studies, we use technology. So technology nowadays is everywhere, as it is said by all individuals. Further, in the rise of digital communication, technology can actually help communication skills because it allows people to learn written communication to varying audiences. Indeed, technology increases our accountability of public sectors as we attending seminars and classes using it. However, what challenges us are the poor internet connectivity, and hope that those concerned in this matter can have possible solution on it. Poor connection is the main reason why communication using technology decrease, especially in our area. So if I am not mistaken, students are struggling in their online classes due to it, as they can't easily interact with their teachers because of poor internet access. So hoping that this can have a control managing or we can have a certain budget to have this certain problem. So that's all for my video summary. So hope that we all have a good day, and this all ends my report. Thank you and wassalam po. Thank you, ma'am.